Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang the hiding star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas. Hey everybody, check it out. Give me a minute, working on my lighting. Hello, hello, hello. Something's going on with my lighting. It's kind of crazy. So give me a minute, please. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. Maybe if I plug it in. Walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird. Here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along. Walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman. Cow. Then pretend that he is Parson Brown. Sheep. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire. Dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans we've made. Walking in a winter wonderland. Go, Steve. Why won't this work? You know what I need for Christmas? A new light! I'm sad. Hold on. Thanks, Gary. Okay, we'll use that one instead. In the meadow we can build a snow gal. How are you? Who's here? See, I don't even know who's here because my lighting is all goofed up, guys. Hey, everybody. Hi, Michael. Hey, William. Hey, Skippy. Patty. What's going on, everybody? Walking in a winter wonderland. Mama Grace, Carl, William D. Steve Salerno on guitar. Something's just not working with my lighting. How's everybody doing? It is Saturday, December 24th, 2022. It is Christmas Eve, and you are watching 11:11 with Jenna, and my name is Jenna. I'm here 7 days, 7 nights, 14 times a week, and I'm going to work on this just a little bit more before I move on to my next. So just give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves, will you please? You guys are good at that. I know that. William D, Melanie D. Hey, Heather. Oh, thank you. Hold the wire, everybody. Something's just not working. This is the cable that goes to here, and I'm following the cable. Christmas, you guys, my hometown has been on the news like 72 times in the last day because we're in the heart of this storm. Where I am right now is like the eye of the storm, not the eye of the tiger. Okay, this is the cable. I'm plugging it into here. I plug this in to there. Hi, Gary Lambert. Ideally, that's supposed to make that work. And it did! Yay! Hold on, standing ovation. Okay, Okay, now we can party for a second. Hold on a second.
11 with Jenna. 11 with Jenna.
I had to unplug.
11 with Jenna. 11. Who you gonna call right now? 11 with Jenna. With Jenna. 11 with Jenna. Right now. 11 with Jenna. With Jenna. It's 11. Who you gonna call?
Michael Galliardo. How are you? Merry Christmas. Hi. So, Christmas Eve, Gracie and I, we ate some good food. We decorated the tree. I made cookies. I dug out the driveway, and then my brother got stuck and we dug him out, talked to the police. What else did I do? Talked on the phone. And no, I'm not public. I'm just getting here. I'm just getting here right this second. Give me a minute. I know you've been giving me, we're up to 9 minutes now. Thank you very much. Yeah, wow, beautiful day. I hope that you had a lovely day. Shaking my booty with Jenna. Shaking my booty with Jenna. Edit privacy. Public. Boom. Boom. How are you guys? Yeah. What else did we do today? We hung out with the fam, talked, drank a little wine, had some cheese. Didn't have any candy today. We have peppermint fudge. I'm more of a chocolate gal, but shaking my booty with Jenna. Ladies and gentlemen, one more Saturday night with Gary Nice couch. I like this couch.
I can't take credit for this couch. This is someone else's couch.
It's a couch though. It looks comfy, cozy.
It's a nice couch. Yeah, I moved. I've been in the bedroom, but my hosts here are actually away for the holiday. They are totally snowed in Nashville, Tennessee, as a matter of fact. And so I went from house guest to house sitting for this coming week. So I'm out here on the couch. I'm not sequestered in the
Party
little
at
room.
Gary's.
Oh, hell yeah. So yeah, it's nice and comfy here, and I've been watching movies on the big TV here with really good sound and all that, and that's well, I had to watch The Only Scrooge That Matters, Alastair Sim in the British A Christmas Carol. I had to. I always say I don't really have to, and then I go, yeah, I have to. The best version of that story ever. And then I watched a movie I had not seen since it first came out, which I think was 1971, Little Big Man with Dustin Hoffman.
Wow, that's a good one.
It's an incredible, I mean, I loved it when it came out, and it's every bit as great as I remembered it, and it was really great to see it again. And what else? I don't know, just
Any food involved?
Well, on Tuesday, there was an epic of excess consumption.
Yeah, do tell.
A friend of mine, my friend Jeff Gorlikin, who's the guy I know from Dead fandom and Bruce fandom and just general online buddy for years, he had a mission, no, an obsession to introduce his son, Alex, who I think is about maybe 10 or so, to the miracle that is New Haven pizza.
Oh.
So he decided that just going to a New Haven pizza place would not be sufficient. So he had in mind to round up several people and go to 5 New Haven pizza places
In one night?
one afternoon. Yeah. We only wound up making it to 4. And we didn't eat every bit of every pizza. Some was taken to go for later. But we sampled 4 of the 5 legendary. Actually, the first one was in West Haven, which, as you might guess, is just west of New Haven. This place called Zupardi's, which has been there for, I think, 85 to 90 years, something like that. And none of us had ever been to that one, because it's in West Haven probably, and you don't go to West Haven generally unless you're a local. But their pizza was amazing. We decided that we were going to have the white clam pizza at every one of the ones we went to.
Really? Compared the white clam to
Yeah. We made the white clam the baseline pizza. And then a second, we'd have a small white clam and a small other pizza. So the white clam there was very good, very garlicky, but their incredible masterpiece was the sausage pizza, which had the best sausage I've ever had on a pizza. And also it had some peppers and what else? Onions, I think. Anyway, superb. And then we had
8 pizzas in total?
Actually, it wound up being 7 because at the last one we went to, well, I'll get to that. Okay. But we then went into New Haven to Modern Pizza. All the pizza places have A in front of it, a pizza. Yeah, a pizza. We went to Modern, which is a favorite of mine. The 2 most famous places in New Haven are Sally's and Frank Pepe's on Worcester Street. And those are the places that
I've only been to Frank Pepe's.
Yeah, those are all the real touristy ones, where all the touristy people come. They're always like Modern is the place that only the locals and the pizza, the real pizza aficionados know, and it's just as good as Pepe's or Sally's, in my estimation. And I've been going there quite regularly because sometimes when I go to New Haven, I don't have time to wait for 40 minutes on the line at Pepe's or Sally's. So we went to Modern and we got white clam again, but their white clam, they have a regular white clam pizza, but they have something called the Clams Casino pizza. And the waiter suggested that. And we said, okay, we'll try it. So this is a white clam pizza that also has peppers, garlic, and bacon.
White clam pizza with peppers? Like what kind of peppers?
Sweet peppers.
Like a red pepper.
Yeah. And
garlic.
A lot of garlic, but bacon was the amazing flavor note that you could not imagine being harmonious with those other things, but was incredibly so. And it was the instant winner of the day as far as I was concerned. And yeah, incredible.
And did this child have a piece of pizza at each place?
Yes. Oh, yes. He went for everything. He's, he has a courageous palate. And the other pizza we got there was just a regular margarita, but fantastic. And then we went to Pepe's and we had white clam, well done. My friend Jeff specifically said well done because they really put a nice char on the crust. And that was terrific. And I'm trying to remember what the other, we had pepperoni also at Pepe's. And then we made the executive decision that we were not going to go to Sally's because things were getting repetitive, and Sally's, of all the ones we had been to already, was like the least favorite of our group. So we just said we can't do 5 today. We've done a heroic thing here. 4 will be sufficient. So we then went to this place that was really off the beaten path, way on the western, almost back into West Haven, but still technically in New Haven, place called Ernie's, which I'd never heard of, but Jeff had recommended to him. And at Ernie's, we said, we're not getting two pieces there. We will die if we have. So instead of two small pieces, we got a medium
Walked
pizza.
any of these places, or you drove everywhere?
You could walk Pepe's and well, actually, we didn't go to Sally's. So we had planned on, parking on Worcester Street and going to both Pepe's and Sally's, but no, they were all driving deal. So I was in my car, and the three other people involved were in Jeff's friend's car. So then we at Ernie's is interesting in that its specialty is a pizza without mozzarella on it. It's a grated cheese pizza. And they grate their own. I think it's a combination of Parmigiano Reggiano and Pecorino Romano and I don't know, maybe there's some other stuff in there, but the cheese is not visible on the pizza. It kind of dissolves into the sauce, and then they put the sauce on, and it's fantastic. It's really,
I grew up with. I get that. I could get that visual.
yeah, it was really great. So that was the end of our adventure, and then I drove down to the city and I went to the Village Vanguard. The Village Vanguard. I'm wearing the cap, and saw Kenny Barron. So, in the company of the lovely and delightful and sassy Miss Sharon Donovan. So it was because she was yes.
How sassy is she these days?
She's eternally sassy. The hairdo is not like that. It's a little longer now, but it isn't that kind of toss it kind of hair. But she has her sassiness radiates from within. Really, the hair is only part of it. So
she wanted to go to the Vanguard.
Well, we had talked about going to the Knicks game. The Knicks were playing the Warriors.
Oh, the Knicks game. I knew she wanted to do something.
Yeah. We were talking about going to the Knicks game, and the ticket prices, the secondary market ticket prices with the service charges were incredibly ridiculous. They started getting lower closer to game time because they announced Steph was out for 2 or 3 weeks. And we just said, and with me driving down from New Haven, it would have been a real tight squeeze for me to make it to the Garden on time. And we said, why don't we be more relaxed and, go to the late Kenny Barron set. And that's what we did, except because we were going to the late set, that gave us enough time to do what Sharon and I will always do whenever we are together in New York. And let's go to Junior's for cheesecake.
For cheesecake. We're just
talking
about
so we've always been like Junior's cheesecake loyalists, and it just and of course after eating all that pizza,
So you went from four pizza places
to a slice of cheesecake,
slice of Junior's,
and then to Kenny Barron.
And then what?
And then what?
Yeah.
Oh well, then that was over. Late enough that I dropped Sharon off at her hotel and drove back up to Yonkers, and that was an insanely wonderful day.
And that was pre-snow.
Yeah, well, we've had no snow here. We had snow, just incredibly cold, and I don't think there's any snow in the forecast for the coming week. It's just been cold. I mean, this morning it was like 8 degrees. And then it got up to a balmy 15 today.
Let's see what it is right now here. I think it's about 50. The wind chill it's insane.
Yeah.
My hometown has been on the news, like on CNN and NBC.
Right.
Talking about what is the temperature? It's 18.
18. That's
What
go
is
out and work.
What is the wind chill factor? -4.
Yeah, that's.
So it's not a Morocco, but it's really windy. It's like.
Yeah.
all-encompassing wind.
Yeah, here it has not been particularly stormy. Just cold, just cold.
Don't know why.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Nashville, they're getting it. They're snowed in, but it's kind of like okay, because they're
Yeah.
not prepared for that.
Yeah, well, my friends had a little bit of suspense flying down there because there was talk of flights being canceled and flights being delayed, and it actually worked out. They got into Nashville and got ensconced in the home they're staying in like just before it all broke loose. So they were very lucky.
Well, speaking of everyone, just so you know, Dave and Ruth just made it to Monterrey, Mexico, like a half an hour ago. They were supposed
Marvelous.
to be there yesterday at 1 p.m.
So anyway, and then since my friends left, I've just been hanging here for the last couple of days, not going out in that ridiculous cold. And tonight, as long as we're talking food, there's this old Lambert tradition, maybe I've told you about, the Christmas Eve tradition of lobster. My folks, probably sometime in the late 80s or early 1990s, started shipping lobsters out to my brother and sister-in-law and then their kids for Christmas Eve. That became and I have then gotten like lobster for myself, and we've done like Zoom lobster feasts. It just didn't seem practical for me this year. Being alone in someone else's house to either go out and get a whole lobster, and which is messy. And so I ordered in a lobster roll from
Nice.
a local place and a nice cup of clam chowder. So I upheld family tradition in a more modest fashion.
I like that.
Yeah.
Last year you did the what's the name of the company with the food, and you sent it out.
Oh, Goldbelly.
Goldbelly.
Yeah. Actually,
was that 2 years ago?
That wasn't the lobster thing. That was Goldbelly. Our family, we've gifted each other with Goldbelly things a few times. One time was Katz's Deli. I got deep dish pizzas from Chicago. I think it was last year.
And you had the cups.
The things I've got on eBay. Yeah, the nose cup, right? So the entire family has their own nose cups now.
Now, where is your nose cup? Is it
My nose cup is in storage right now. It will take up residence in my new home wherever and whenever that is.
And what's the latest? Anything changed?
The latest is the saying "no news is good news" does not apply here. No news is no news in this case. I mean, it's just this waiting. The appraiser hasn't shown up yet. This is like supposed to be the final step, and maybe it's all like holiday scheduling and all that stuff. But it's extremely frustrating. But I'm dealing. And then when my friends get back here, I'm going with my next plan, which is to spend a little time up on Cape Cod with my friends there.
Lovely. I'm so
Yeah, Cape Cod in winter is gorgeous. Yeah. So so I'm doing that probably Thursday or Friday.
Wow.
Or Fridays.
Thursday or Friday, as in this Thursday or Friday.
Yeah. My friends get back on Wednesday, and then my plan is to be up there for New Year's and stick around for a while, and hopefully by then, like a week or two into 2023, this thing will be over with, and
And then it's
party at Gary's house, wherever that is.
So the couch will be there.
The couch. What I determined in moving the couch is that the couch needs some work. The couch, I may have to get the couch not refinished, because the slip covers are really the essence of the couch. But it needs like one of the legs is kind of wobbly, and it could use a little help.
You did keep the fabric, yes?
Oh yeah, the fabric is absolutely intact and ready for a new home.
So you could even just get a different couch.
Well, it's fitted to the whatever the cushions were, the cushion size were, So
But
Uh,
do you have enough fabric to cover another couch?
I'm not sure. I don't think that remaining bolt of fabric is enough for a whole other couch. Yeah, it'll be the same covers, probably getting cleaned and, you know, but yeah, the couch will find a home somewhere.
How exciting. Are you guys doing your show tomorrow?
Oh yeah, we're doing it. We're doing both this year. It wound up, we're landing on both Christmas Day and New Year's Day.
Crazy.
Yeah. So, and tomorrow will be, I think, a very kind of, I can't remember if we have any guests, yeah, but it'll just be, a fun show, just festive.
Fun to hang with David.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I just remembered what we have. We're going to have key lime pie tomorrow.
Ooh, I love key lime pie.
I'm so
Oh
excited.
yeah. Yeah.
Love a good key lime pie. Key lime
Mm-hmm.
pie. And I made more pozole, so we have pozole.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Hold on. Waiting for you, but that's even better, even better. Okay, I'm done. So
Okay.
you watched the Scrooge movie. What other films have we?
I'm trying to remember what else I've watched this week. It all sort of just like leaves my brain once it's over, but seeing Little Big Man again was sort of the highlight of my movie watching, because
I
it's
watched the last time I watched that was actually um college. That was a film we watched in college.
yeah.
Little Big Man, Midnight Cowboy, every Hitchcock movie.
Oh, great.
Huh. I'm all confused. The lighting, everything kind of got me confused. Hold on.
Okay.
Not here. Well, so what are you gonna do tomorrow besides the show?
Oh, actually, right after the show, I'm hopping in the car and zipping down to Manhattan and seeing Yola Tango at the Bowery Ballroom. Every year for I don't know how many years, Yola Tango has done an 8-night Hanukkah run.
Yeah.
And tomorrow night's the last night of Hanukkah. So they are finishing it up tomorrow night. And they do this show, they have like special guests, but they never announce who they're going to be. And it's always someone really cool. So I'll be surprised and delighted. And they usually have a comedian as well. And they're such a great band. I love them. And so I'm doing that. And then probably after that, it being Christmas, I'll head to Chinatown and have some Chinese food.
There you go, like a good Jewish son that you are.
That's right.
Holy order.
If I wind up at Wohop, which is definitely a go-to place because it's open like till 4 a.m. They have great dumplings. They have really great chow fun. Or I may try something I've never tried before. You never know.
I like it. Are you going to the show by yourself?
I'm meeting a friend there. Friend of mine. These Yola Tango runs always sell out. But a friend of mine came up with an extra ticket for me. So
Fun, Gary. Did you get your hair cut or is it long and you're pulling it all back?
no, it's pretty short. I mean, it's longer than it was the last time I saw you because it keeps growing. But there's nothing much going on there. I've been keeping it pretty trimmed lately.
Very respectful. Is that cup just a cup? Is there something on the other side of that cup?
No, this cup is unadorned, and it's got nice tea in it. I'm drinking tea tonight. It's regular, like a Ceylon tea of some sort, with a little bit of honey in it.
Are you in charge of watering the plants?
Yes, actually, they watered them just before they left, and I am under instructions to water them again on Monday. So I have my little reminder set on my phone to water the plants.
So Portland Seattle, Washington, Port Orchard went from like 20 degrees to 50 degrees, like that.
Yeah, I saw that somewhere. Yeah.
Hello, Jeanette's here. Eileen's here. There's a documentary about the pizza places that we're talking about.
Oh, great. I would like to see that. Oh, I went to a really nice I went to a nice exhibit at another food thing that happened is I think I've told you about my friend Jen
Hungry
and
now,
I've told you about my friend Jen Bernstein and the meet and greet.
of course.
Yes, she was a longtime vegetarian who became a carnivore again. So we have these gatherings called meet and greet, MEAT. And our latest was fried chicken
Oh,
at Charles Pan Fried Chicken, which is an incredibly great and famous place from Harlem. Recently opened an annex on 72nd Street, Upper West Side, right between Columbus and Broadway. So, and she lives on 86th and Broadway. So this was our latest meet and greet. And while I decided to come into Manhattan early. This was the day I dropped my friends off at the airport and I had time to kill. So I drove into Manhattan and found a parking space, miraculously non-metered, on the Upper West Side. And so I had a couple hours to kill. So I went to the New York Historical Society, where they have an exhibit on the history of the Jewish deli.
really?
Yeah, it started at the Skirball Center in LA, and is now on tour, and it's fantastic. It's wonderful, and it'll make you very hungry too. But it's the whole cultural thing about how the deli really started with immigrants and selling things from push carts, and then they started getting brick and mortar sites, and Katz's Deli opened in 1888. That's and has operated continuously. So it's got the whole history. I mean, the New York deli is obviously predominant because it was where there were hundreds and hundreds of them here, but
Go ahead, I'm listening. I'm just
I thought you were about to ask a question.
formulating my question and I was about to interrupt you, like I just
Okay. But then, it sort of traces how delis like expanded and, got into places like the Midwest. It's interesting. The deli, I think, that is second oldest to Katz's continuously, that is still open. I think it opened originally in 1903 or something like that, is in Indianapolis, of all places, Shapiro's. And I asked a friend of mine grew up he was born in Indianapolis, and both his parents grew up there. And I asked if he was familiar with that place. He said, "Oh, that was the place. That was like our go-to place." And it's apparently fantastic. So
next time you're in Indy. Have you ever
yeah,
been to a show in Indianapolis?
I've been through Indiana, but I've never really stopped.
You didn't do that. I was at that show in Indianapolis.
Oh, Deer Creek. Yeah.
I was there with my brother.
Ah.
Yep. But anyway, it's just
Anyway.
a little thing that happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That little thing. Yikes.
So I'm curious. I'm gonna get a new phone. You have the 13, right?
I have the 12 Pro. I'm probably going to upgrade pretty soon because they're giving really good deals on trade-ins and upgrades for the 14.
So you're gonna get the 14. Is the Pro the larger one?
Well, there's the Pro and the Pro Max. The really large one is called the Pro Max.
Okay.
And that one apparently has the most amazing camera ever on a phone.
I heard the Pro has a better camera than the Pro Max.
That's not what I heard. The Pro Max has some extra. They're essentially the same, but the Pro Max has some extra element to it that stabilizes the pictures better or something like that. But anyway, anyway, it's so astonishing that you can, I mean, just that these things exist is astonishing.
It's
You have this little supercomputer in your hand, and then you also take amazing pictures with it, and
I can call my mom on it.
Yeah.
I can set the alarm.
Yeah.
Spend $1,300 to take photos with a really cool camera.
Mm-hmm.
My phone, I can only get a trade, I think, of 200.
Uh,
But you have a 12.
I have a 12 Pro, yeah. So, and it's in really good shape. Didn't get dinged up or anything. So
So you might be getting the 400, 4 or 500 trade-in.
I think you can get up to 700.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. Yeah. So we'll see.
It's time. I keep going back and forth. But now that
Yeah.
you say, if you say that the camera's better on that,
Yeah.
I might have to make a call to the Mac man and find out.
Yeah. I also, I like the bigger screen because my eyes are not as good as they used to be.
But can you
So,
hold it? Doesn't it bother you to hold it? The bigger one? Like,
my hand is big. It's pretty comfortable in my hand. It's not that much bigger. I think for some people it might be, but
I think it might not fit in my bags
that's the
or your
problem.
pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you out, when you go out, are you wearing the coat?
The squall parka, of course, I wouldn't even. I thought I was really brave that I didn't put it on just to go and get my delivery food off the front step today. And I said, I can get that far. So I did. I actually went out with just sweater on.
And then you go, this is crazy. I should have put on my parka.
No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. It was the air was very still at the moment that I went out. So I said, yeah, this is pretty cold. If I was out here for more than a minute, I'd be in agony, but it wasn't horrifyingly so.
Like, ooh.
Yeah, sometimes you get out, if there's wind or if there's moisture or whatever, you get hit with it in 1 second. It's just like insanely painful in 1 second, but this wasn't like that.
Major. There's a little photo. Okay. I'm getting, people text me right at 11:11 usually up until midnight, and then
Right.
they stop.
Yeah.
We're kind of staying put.
Yeah, it's a lovely time to stay put.
It's just about it. We watched Emily in Paris. We love her. She's so cute.
Yes, she is. I haven't gotten to that show yet, but I will eventually.
It's pretty girly.
Yeah.
But the characters are funny.
Yeah.
And I listened to Terry Gross interviewed a woman that's on that Elementary.
Oh, probably the creator of it, Quinta Brunson.
Yes.
Yeah, she's wonderful. I really, really dig her. And I'm now caught up with the show because they just had their Christmas episode. I binged the first season really fast. Now I think there are like 7 episodes into the second season. So
yeah, I think Grace and I are gonna.
Yeah, you'll really like it. It's a really sweet show.
But is it on Hulu?
Yeah, it's on ABC, but then like the day after it airs live on ABC, they put it on Hulu.
And they also, I used to stream on ABC. I don't know if you can still do that or not.
I think you can. Yeah.
That might be the way we do it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, what are you doing next Saturday night?
Let's see. Next Saturday night will be actual New Year's Eve. I will be on Cape Cod, most likely. Let me see if my friends have any plans for New Year's Eve or anything, if they're having so let me be conditional about that. I certainly, if at all possible, I would be very thrilled to see the new year in on 11/11 with Jenna. Well,
I can't believe how fast this year went by.
Probably, yeah, compared to the 2 previous years, certainly. Which were
really, I mean, I can remember still shopping for New Year's Eve last year, like it was yesterday. Oh yeah, I went to the store and then I went over to the party store and
yeah.
And here it is.
Indeed.
Here it is.
And here we are.
And I'm excited. I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna eat something now. You got me hungry.
Yeah, I described a ridiculous amount of food in this show.
Not the pizza. I used to get the clam and garlic pizza at North Beach Pizza in San Francisco.
I never had it there. I think the first place I ever had a pizza with seafood on it was in San Francisco. The Tommaso's made a clam pie in North Beach. And there was a place in the inner Sunset. I don't know if it's there anymore, but that may have been the first place I ever had anything like that.
Yeah, there was this woman that worked at the North Beach Pizza in San Francisco. She was Irish.
Hmm.
And on Sunday nights, it was sort of a thing that I'd go there with some friend. I'd go, let's go have clam and garlic in North Beach. And I'd take different friends there. And she got a kick out of me bringing in all different, people, just different people. But
Yeah.
we didn't know each other then. So I
That's
wouldn't
right.
had
That's
I
true.
known you.
Oh, we definitely would have done that. Yeah. Well, if anyone ever finds themselves in New Haven, any among our 1111 family, that Clams Casino Pizza
Mm.
at Modern is now on my world-class list of best pies. So
And which pie did the young man go with the flow as far as which one he liked the best?
he really liked the sausage one at Zupardi's, I know. And I don't remember if he's one of those kids who like doesn't really, he's not as expressive about things. He's just, yeah, it was good. Just, he's a kid. He doesn't have the cultivated taste yet. He just, put something in my mouth and I'll eat it. Yeah.
Well, good on him for that. His dad did that. I think that's so cool.
Yeah, his dad is a major, we have like a lot of shared, like I said, the dad, Bruce, baseball, we've been to Mets games together, so yeah, he's a good guy and likes a lot of the same music I do. So he's a good hang.
And what's the dead story right now? What's going on? I watched Bobby work out the other day for a while.
Bobby's keeping it so well, they're about to do Mexico.
Mhm.
And then Bobby will go back on tour with Wolf Bros and the Wolf Pack, including at least one more symphonic gig.
Oh,
And
where?
then the next symphony, the Atlanta Symphony
Mm.
in February, I think late February. And they're doing 4 shows at the Capitol here, so I'm thrilled about that. And then the tour is in June, and that's it for Dead and Co. But they're all going to be around. They're all going to be doing stuff. I think I'm going to go back to Ventura for the Skull and Roses Festival for a
Oh,
second
good.
time.
I think I'd like
Yeah,
to do
it's a fun thing. I mean, it's like it's like a dead cover
that.
band's
I'd
dead
love to
cover.
play at it at some point.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think just going would be really fun to walk around and hear how people do different tunes and
Yeah, they have some really interesting. Well, Phil and Friends are going to headline 2 of the nights, and then Dark Star Orchestra is there, and O'Teal and Friends. But some of the more interesting ones for me, there's a newly formed band called the Latin Dead, and the one I really want to see is a band called the Warlocks of Tokyo, a Japanese dead cover band who are so I've seen YouTube of them, and they're so much fun.
Warlocks of Tokyo.
Yeah, look them up on YouTube. There are some in fact, there's some video of Joe Russo sitting in with them. It's really great.
Okay, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Well, my friend, I hope that I
Well,
see you next week, but if not, I'll see you next year.
that's right. And Merry Christmas in 2 minutes.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah,
All that.
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm gonna go eat, but now you got me thinking. Laura McCormick. Hello, Dr. Laura. We have our own Dr. Laura,
Hi, Dr. Laura.
Warlocks, we're coast to coast right now.
Fantastic.
Tiburon to Yonkers.
That's right.
We're
Am I
trying.
the farthest east of the current?
Because we were coast to coast earlier because Pat Moriarty is in Washington
Okay.
State.
All
And
right.
we had the Southwest Coast representing. So yeah, you are. And next week, if you get on, then how long are you staying there at the Cape?
It's kind of open-ended, it might be a couple of weeks. Again, it's dependent on what develops with the house. I mean, if they tell us that the closing is going to happen, I'll zip right down to New York for that. So we'll see.
Hey,
Yeah.
Lambert's. Because you'll probably be wherever it is. If the house closes by, let's say it closes January 2nd,
Yeah.
then you will be looking for a place. You will be in your place by the end of January for sure.
Yeah, I'd probably be looking for a February 1st move in, So hoping just the right place pops up.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It will. It will. It's good. It has to.
Yeah.
You're Gary Lambert.
That's what they tell me.
You are. I'll remind you.
Thank you.
Don't they know who you are?
I'll like to say, don't you know who I think I am?
Well, have a beautiful night.
Oh, it just turned midnight on Eastern time. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yep. The spirits did their magic in one night.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you.
Love hard. Really hard. Love you.
Love you too, man.
Bye-bye.
Good morning.
Good morning.